What's going to be soloyaker here? What you're about to witness is like I can't even. I need to look into different words for amazing, but that's just the first word that comes to my mind when I watch this young girl, and now I get the chance to see the mom eviscerate this council. And oh, dude, this video is crazy. Share this everywhere. Get this into the hands of a YouTube channel bigger than mine, and let's help spread Leanne and Amelia's message, because their message is very clear and direct that they are sick of what's going on inside these school boards, inside the school boards. So let's get into this video.
I came upon some fascinating information about the left-wing social media organization outed at these meetings. They receive status as 501c4 and claim on their Form 990 they provide education by combating disinformation. However, upon searching through their posts on multiple platforms, all I found was blatant propaganda and content promoting the Democrat Party while condemning everything Republican. I'd love to expand more on the page's rhetoric, but don't have time. The vitriol and ignorance of comments under posts prove that there's no education, only an echo chamber of indoctrination and hate.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
501c4 organizations are prohibited from engaging primarily in political activity because it does not promote social welfare. To be tax exempt as a social welfare organization, that organization must be operated exclusively to promote social welfare.
This girl is so beyond her age. She is so articulate and so intelligent, and obviously she must be using words that this council doesn't really understand, because they obviously don't want to listen and they don't care to listen. But that's what makes this so genuine and so amazing. I keep saying that word, but it truly is. It's like what the parents are doing, huge kudos, and that's all I can try to do for my daughter, is try to give her that same knowledge and that same passion when she cares about something, to fight for it. And that's what I see inside you, Amelia. Yeah, great job.
On their Form 990, when asked, quote, did the organization engage in direct or indirect political campaign activities on behalf of or in opposition to candidates for public office, unquote, the answer was no. However, based on the site's overwhelming content of anti-Republican propaganda and absence of actual social welfare information, this was a blatantly false answer, and they should be reported to the IRS.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Their two founders, Julie Campbell-Bode, was paid $40,500 and Gina Keller was paid $51,500. They got a $135,000 government grant of taxpayer money to push their political agendas, and over $88,000 in cash and donations. I wonder where all that money came from. They claim over $75,000 in other expenses, but don't disclose what those are. Perhaps purchases of pride flags or t-shirts promoting abortion.
You keep hitting them from every angle, and they don't even know up from down because of you. You just keep doing this because eventually they start looking at themselves and start saying, hey, we need to start doing X right, and then they'll do Y right and Z right, and eventually they start paying attention to the wrongdoings that they're doing. So you are doing an amazing job at everything you're doing, and keep it up, because you've got a future.
There were no contributions to any organizations that actually helped people. This is all incredibly shady, especially considering a school board member's wife and other LGBT activists are using that page as a platform to mock people attending these meetings and spread hate. It appears that's how they promote social welfare. They also made false comments about me on their podcast. For the record, I'm taking college-level classes, I'm a straight-A student, and write all of my own speeches. Evidently, I'm a threat because I do research, speak articulately, and can critically think. I think a quote by Ziad Abdelnour perfectly sums up those who mock me. It states, rumors are carried by haters, spread by fools, and accepted by idiots. Unquote. Thank you.
And just when you thought it was over, No. We gotta throw one more in the mix. We gotta make this council get up and walk out. So, drum roll, please.
For the past few meetings, I've been exposing the hate and vitriol perpetrated by a left-wing social media group and its supporters in this room, including board member Mr. King's wife. Mr. King has repeatedly defended her and tried to gaslight us. It's not true.
We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Rather than admit to his hypocrisy and support for a hate group, stop interrupting me. I didn't interrupt you.
She has 3 minutes.
Or even apologize in any fashion. He laughed it off at the last meeting and said, in part, quote, there's an odd fascination. Turn my microphone back on.
Hope you can hear me back there. Wait, turn up the mic.
I will when President
I've given you your first warning.
So you're violating my First Amendment rights, and you don't want to hear about.
This is limited First Amendment rights.
I don't think so, homeboy.
How are you gonna limit First Amendment? No, it's not limited, buddy.
School board.
Okay?
Just because you don't agree.
She's not making a threat,
No
is she?
personal comments about other people. Okay?
Open Meetings Act doesn't say you
It
can't.
has nothing to do with the school board.
It does.
No, it does not.
It does.
I'm not going to have
Absolutely, it
repeated
does.
everything that's on Facebook. I don't know if it's true or not. It's
Just speak up. Your minutes are running
out.
out.
Screenshots, and I have all the information.
I don't
It's true.
really care. Okay?
You don't care?
I
Okay.
said that I don't want any personal attacks.
It's not personal attack.
Board members.
Keep going.
There's no threats. Keep
I'm
going.
getting to that part.
me,
Stop
please.
interrupting me, please.
No.
Well, aren't things getting just a little bit heated about this? You know, it's funny how we notice a lot of these council meetings and these board meetings and these school board meetings, the second that they get called out for the hypocrisy that they do and the things that they say and their agenda that they're trying to push, there's not supposed to be a partisan group. They're not supposed to have any right side, left side, any side. They're supposed to just teach the kids. And so these parents, the mom and daughter, they are just having a field day with this board, you know? But hold on, you have to listen to the other people that are in here. Wait, this is, it just hurts my head. The people in this world are just getting dumber and dumber. And it's gonna take people like this to legitimately keep our world safe. It's gonna take this mother and daughter team right here to keep our world safe. More and more of them.
Reclaim your
I'm
time.
going to interrupt you.
Reclaim
If
your
you
time.
continue, you'll be asked to go to the second warning.
How are you gonna give her a second warning if you're not interrupting? You said interruptions, buddy.
You have no business calling out.
There's an odd fascination with myself and my wife. I don't know if I should be flattered or take out a PPO. I appreciate the admiration and attention, so keep the attention coming, unquote. To this I respond, don't worry, Mr. King, there's an overwhelming attention on you, especially with all the videos that have gone viral of a child exposing yours and this board's corruption and incompetence. Millions of people have seen how this board treats the speakers at these meetings, and now look at what we're seeing right now, who don't align with their beliefs. They've witnessed how this board ignores and refuses to even look at most of the people here as they make their public comments. Unfortunately, the attention you're getting is extremely negative, and it's so well deserved. Choosing to support a hate group is your prerogative, but when you're a school board member or family to one, you have a higher standard. You represent all students and people in the community, not just the so-called marginalized ones. In accordance with the Open Meetings Act, anyone has the right to attend and speak at these meetings. My daughter wants to advocate on behalf of students, and it's her right to do so. She has the right, as does anyone else, to ask questions to or expose misdoings of any elected officials. How low is your moral compass when you mock a child?
Time's not.
Do you?
Let it go too
Give her a
long
minute.
already.
You've interrupted me and
Take
took
her
up
time.
a
Give her
lot
back to
of
her.
my time. I'm
Thank
going
you
to
for your
finish.
time. Next speaker.
Do you have any moral
Next
compass
speaker.
based on I'm not done, and I'm going to finish because what I have left to say is extremely relevant, especially to this board. Your lawyer is even saying, let me
I'm gonna
continue.
move for a recess. I'm gonna move for a recess.
Based
Under
on
control.
certain social media comments and posts, it appears you don't.
All those in
That's
favor,
not
please
social
signify by saying
welfare.
aye.
That's just hate and
We'll take
propaganda.
a 5-minute recess.
To all you people who choose to mock, speak negatively about, or make any false claims about
So you guys are gonna leave, right? You're gonna violate the Open Meetings Act. There's your attorney. Hey, John, I got your bar number.
What we need to do is...
You guys are just a joke over here. Just a joke.
I don't know. You tell me what you think about this down in the comment section below. This is wild. This is no different than a lot of these council meetings that you see across the nation, whether it's a school board meeting or a council meeting or whatever. The second that these politicians get their feet put to the flame, this is what happens. They don't let her get her time that they took away from her. They can't take the criticisms of what their family members and themselves are saying on social media, and when they catch wind of it and they expose it, they have to run and hide. Just like, this is unreal.
I'm going to finish because I don't care if they hear me or not. What I have to say is relevant to other people here, especially you, Mrs. King. I don't know why you're leaving.
Cause I'm a bitch, she's a big fat bitch, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's a stupid bitch, and everyone's a bitch, she's a bitch to all the boys and girls.
To all you people who choose to mock, speak negatively about, or make any false claims about my minor-age daughter at these meetings on social media or any other form or outlet, this is your cease and desist notice. According to Michigan law, section 750.411, your status as a so-called social welfare organization does not exempt you in any way. Your comments about her under any social media post will be held against you all. Fine, leave.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Very disrespectful. Legal representation has been acquired and action will be taken against you in accordance with Michigan laws. I highly doubt this school board or any other organization wants a lawsuit, especially with the optics of mocking and demeaning a child or the media attention that will bring. It didn't bode well in the past when leftists mocked minors. Your kids already have a disadvantage attending this district. You don't need money diverted away in order for this board to defend themselves in a lawsuit. In the words of the left, hate has no place here. Now we can see clearly that there is only one board member remaining here. What does that say to the parents of this district?
They don't care.
That they don't care about what everybody thinks.
And I'll keep saying it. Just about a lot of these board members, the second they start getting any kind of criticism, they just shut down and ignore you and don't care. But the second you friggin' lick their boots, they're all like, oh, thank you so much. It's not about that. It's about you being a genuine person. And if you're criticizing a 14-year-old, where is your moral compass. I can't understand how grown adults would attack this young girl because she speaks out on their rhetoric, on their what they do. She's just calling them out, and then they get all butthurt. Oh, my butt hurts.
Everybody left.
Yep.
Except one person. That should tell you a lot, parents, about what this board thinks about your opinions, especially if you don't agree with them.
Thanks for sticking around,
They
Robert.
are obviously condoning mocking a child on social media. Yet you have your superintendent specifically calling out, oh, well, we can't mock LGBT people. I agree, nobody should be mocked, including the LGBT people. But we have an entire board, except for one guy, that left.
Public meeting, lady.
What does that tell you? Doesn't bode well. Doesn't bode well at all. Maybe I'd rethink keeping your kids in this district, because what else are they hiding from you? Especially you people with very young children. You might want to do some investigation about previous board meetings, about things that were brought up, and about some of the people on this board.
And if you don't like the rules, keep changing.
Right. They'll keep trying to silence you one step at a time. We used to be able to go right up there and speak. But my daughter went and handed them copies of the U.S. Constitution, and at the next meeting, they had this barricade up, and they moved us to the back.
And they've done the same thing in Clearwater. This is no different. I promise you, there's some weird conference that these politicians and mayors and whoever, they all get together, and they're like, hey, this is what we're doing here. You should try doing it there. And then things happen, and then this happens, and then you know what ends up happening after that? Somebody ends up getting sued.
So that
And you're not
people,
and you're not on the screen for the video.
That's right. So people can't see us.
Rules
They
for
also
me,
edit
but not
their video
rules
meetings
for
to
me, but
censor
not for
out.
me.
Like, she turned off the microphone and left. So
you're not
none of what
being
I've said
recorded.
is on there.
Yeah.
But we have our own videos, and it'll get around. Believe me.
I'll get on social media.
Believe me, my video
What
did definitely get
happened
around.
is gonna really bode bad for this school district. It went viral when they walked out on my daughter. Can you imagine what's gonna happen now? You really want that negative attention? You wanna be associated with a school district that walks out?
So does your daughter actually go to this district?
It doesn't matter. You live in the
Actually it
community.
does. It does
Everybody-
matter.
So you're discriminating who goes to the, what's wrong with you
Do a
people?
little bit of studying about what the open
Open Meetings Act, I could come, I'm from Dearborn. So you know, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that negative stuff, please.
There's no need to argue about it.
The problem is you need to understand, and that's a good question you asked.
And I have spoken to Leanne and her daughter, Amelia. Hi, you guys. They just speaking to the mom. She was amazing. We got to discuss a lot of things, what they're planning on in the future, things that are going on right now, a lot of things. And I'm not gonna speak about a lot of the things that we did speak about. But what I did want you to do is help the channel, help her channel out by subscribing and sharing these videos. Share it out to Here's the Deal. Share it out to any commentator. Like, if you know somebody that shares stuff like this, send it to them and have some of those really big channels try to help get this channel to be the next level channel on YouTube, because what she's doing reminds me of like Autumn's Armory. If you don't remember Autumn's Armory, she was, when I met her, she was 7, and I think she's like almost 10 now. And she's doing amazing on YouTube, you know, and just like when I was speaking to Leanne, you know, right now, this is the beginning. This is like her starting to get into this, and as she develops, she's only going to get better at public speaking. So, but what we can do as of right now is just help flood her channel, help get all her content out there. As you can see, that I think this is like the 3rd or 4th video I've done on her, and every time I watch them, I get goosebumps, man. I literally get goosebumps. because it's such a breath of fresh air to see such a young person taking the initiative to speak out, because it does take a lot of courage to speak out against public officials. So mad kudos to Leanne and Amelia. I know that we spoke, and I hope that if we can make whatever we talked about happen, it'd be another great time, and you get the chance to meet my family as well. But I will leave links in the description. Don't forget, hit that like, share, and that subscribe button. We have the Auditorpoolza that will be coming up as well. It's in the description. Check that out. And I'll see you on the next video. And I'm out. Soloyaker. Deuces.